How can you get started with reading the Bible, the world's most read and significant book that answers life's big questions? Here are some tips. The Bible is everywhere. Just in Norway, between 50,000 and 60,000 copies are sold each year. But the Bible is a big book. In fact, it's a library with a total of 66 books. So how do we get to the most central parts of the book? I have some tips to get started. Try to find a routine for your Bible reading and make it a regular habit. For example, place the Bible on your nightstand and read a chapter before you go to bed. Alternatively, get up in the morning. Choose your routine, but make sure it's manageable and create a plan. And start with a short prayer before you start reading. Dear God, help me understand what I am going to read today. Start by reading the Gospels in the New Testament. This way, you'll learn about Jesus. The Gospels are easy to read as they are mostly stories. Start with Mark, the shortest. It takes 2 hours to read. The Bible has 2 parts, Old and New Testaments. The Old Testament covers Israel's history until the 4th century BC. The New Testament is unique to Christians. It focuses on Jesus, his followers, and early Christianity until 100 AD. Don't start with Genesis. It's heavy to start with the entire Old Testament. If reading the Old Testament, start with Ruth, Esther, or Jonah. Ask questions like, what is the story's point? What does it mean today? What is God saying? The Old Testament is about the history of Israel up to the 4th century BC. The New Testament is unique to Christianity. It is about the life of Jesus of Nazareth, his first followers, and the early history of Christianity up to the year 100 AD. Don't start on page 1 with Genesis. It's heavy to begin your Bible reading by reading the entire Old Testament. If you want to read the Old Testament, start with Ruth or Esther, 2 significant women in the Bible, or with the prophet Jonah. Ask yourself some questions while you read. For example, what is the point of the story? What does it mean for me today? And finally, what is God trying to tell me? With this, use a pen to underline what you like or find important. The Bible is meant to be used. Come together with others to read. It's both easier and more enjoyable to read together, and then you can ask each other what the biblical text means. And finally, they learn to enjoy reading the Bible, because the Bible is important for both our lives and our faith. Good luck.